Nigerian youths wouldn't be silent for long. Sam Adeyemi warns Tinubu and the governors. Exactly. Already the thing is building. The truth that Nigerians have seen the kind of country we have, the kind of political leaders we have, plotting the trend from independence, plotting the trend from 1999 to today, and we can also predict the trend going forward. It is obvious that the political class are not ready to let the Nigerian youth breathe. They are not ready to let the whole of Nigerian citizens breathe. And so it's just, the moment is just building, the tension is just building. A time and a moment is going to come that they can't hold it anymore, and Nigeria will either explode or implode. That is one of those things that will happen. They think they are suppressing, and they are winning, but the time is going to come, it's not going to be music as usual. Again, let's go into detail to see exactly what Sam Adeyemi is trying to pass. The senior pastor of Disgraced Christian Center, Pastor Sam Adeyemi, has urged President Bola Tinubu, state governors, and lawmakers to deliver on their mandates to the people. The cleric and thought leader noted that Nigerian youths will demand accountability from them in the near future due to their access to information. Adeyemi said leaders from all sectors must therefore work together to make the country better in the face of issues affecting Nigeria. The elite class, those of us who belong to this class, need to begin to discuss among ourselves, and honestly, we need to act with urgency, Adeyemi said in an interview with Channels TV. Okay, I need to plead with those of us in the elite class, and I am talking about everyone who has been able to walk their way to the top and fairly comfortable, and I am talking about people of the highest level in the political class at the National Assembly, the governors, state House of Assemblies, and so on. I am talking about those of us in the business sector and those who are heads of religious institutions. It will be in our self-interest to get Nigeria to work now, because the younger generation is more enlightened and have access to more information, and they are not going to keep silent for long. It will get rougher and rougher to to lead, because they will demand accountability and good leadership. Of course, it's going to be get tougher and tougher to lead the youth. The pastor said the country needs to evaluate its moral values, saying it is key to restoring Nigeria. Every nation grows on certain values which are inculcated in citizens, Adeyemi said. He also expressed concerns over Nigeria's rising out of school number and said the development leaves much to be desired. According to him, with millions of children on the street, many of them becoming easy targets for criminals to recruit. So that's exactly what Sam Adeyemi, the senior pastor in the Disgraced Christian Center, is saying, that the politicians, the leaders of tomorrow, of today, the elites of today need to wake up and find a way to solve Nigerian problems, because Nigerian youth will only keep quiet for a while. They are not going to keep quiet forever. With the level they are getting information, they are getting enlightened, there is going to be tougher and tougher and rougher to lead people, because the more they get information, the more they will raise questions, and so they are going to demand accountability from the leaders very soon, and there might not be anything to offer. So Nigerians, the better we inculcate those our values and correct Nigerians and make Nigeria a better place, the better for them. Okay, that is what Sam Adeyemi went to Channels TV for an interview, and he said all of these things. The elite, the political class, the president, the governors, the lawmakers and state of assemblies, members of the House of Rep and members of Senate, and all of them need to sit back, think twice, and put the right solution to Nigerian condition. If not, the time is going to come, they're not going to be able to lead anybody again in Nigeria, because people are going to ask questions, because people are getting more informed day by day as we speak. The youths we have today are getting more enlightened. And the worrisome part of it is that more youths are dropping out of school. The number of out-of-school children, out-of-school youths today is on the increase, and they are getting or makes them vulnerable or easy to be recruited by the criminals to become part of them, especially in cultism, in Yahoo Plus, and some other negative social vices. Okay, and so the more you are creating an environment where people are not able to go to school or get gainfully and productively engaged, they are going to become criminals. And a time will come that the number of criminals and the number of people that are going to make life uncomfortable will be more than the law enforcement agents you have on ground. That time you know that there's anarchy in the land. That time you know that there's trouble in the land. Okay, so some Adeyemi has called on the lawmakers, has called on the people in power, have called on the elites in government and businesses, private businesses, to come together and let's sit down now and craft a way we can solve Nigerian problem once and for all, make life comfortable for people. Otherwise, in the near future, the youths are going to demand accountability, and at that time, it might be very difficult to manage. Exactly. Wow, that's a very good one coming from Sam Adeyemi. Already people are reacting to what he said. A lot of people have said a few things here. Somebody said, well, the political ruling class have devised a sure means to keep the youth silent. Just introduce ethnic or religious division to the youth equation. Then common sense and accountability flies out of the window. It works every time. And that is the tool, the strategy that the political class is using today to silence everybody. Someone said, you said it all. Now they're making Igbos to fight Yorubas or quarrel with Yorubas. During the Buhari, they made the Igbos to quarrel with the Fulanis and the Hausas. Now Igbos is their target. So Tinubu has employed the thing in a more fierce, more dangerous form, that right now the ethnic bigotry in the West is now very dangerous. And it had led to even governors in the Lagos state demolishing the property belonging to the non-Yorubas in Lagos. How bad is that? Tribal bigotry in the politics. Some say, why are the Pentecostal churches not competing for food production in Nigeria to reduce hunger and poverty for the God's children? Where are the Pentecostal cement, foods, electricity, transportation services that can make living comfortable for Nigerians? Oyedepo alone can buy 100 GNC buses for transportation services in Nigeria. Where is Adeboye, and how would he bless Nigeria in 2024 before asking God to bless us? If RCCG alone has 200 CNG buses just for Lagos, Ibadan, Ilorin, God will definitely be happy. Now, wow. As somebody's responding here, says, is it the Pentecostal churches that are handling the resources and affairs of the nation? If you will be sincere to yourself, those churches you mentioned above are really trying the little they can, despite the fact that people like you are discouraging tithing and offering, but still God no shame his church. If you are not sure, go and verify. That you are speaking English here. You don't bring the most of the churches are collecting tithe and offering and using it to buy private jet, use it to build cathedrals. And meanwhile, the members of those cathedrals paying those tithes are lavishing and languishing in poverty. So you just have to also balance the equation here. The good question is that the Pentecostal is not the entity managing the nation's resources. The people managing the nation's resources need to be reasonable and do the right thing so that life can be better for all. But again, the Pentecostals or all the religious bodies, both the Christians and the Muslims, also have their role to play in making the society a better place. Exactly. Stop glorifying the criminals in the church and in the mosque. At the same time, stop collecting tithes and offering, and you are not investing them on the people. The heartbeat of Jesus is alms giving, okay, giving to the widow, the fatherless, and the strangers among you, the less privileged among you, the children among you, the helpless among you. That is the heartbeat of Jesus. Because if you go into the scripture properly, Jesus never paid tithe to anybody. The 12 disciples never paid tithe to anybody. The Apostle Paul and all the big apostles in the scripture never paid tithe to anybody. So why is the Pentecostal of today giving very serious attention to the same tithe? Because Jesus did not compel anybody to pay tithe. The ministers, all the 12 disciples, the apostles and apostolic fathers never paid tithe. In the whole of the New Testament, nobody paid tithe. And we are in the New Testament dispensation. Let's leave that for another day. Let's leave that for another day. Pastor Adeyemi, where are the DCC rights in Nigeria? Can you imagine what kind of question is that? Nigerian youths are lazy. You don't start to, that was what Buhari said that caused problem. So that's exactly what Adeyemi is saying, and this is the response Nigerians are giving to him. Let's have your own response as well. Thank you for listening, and let's have your comment.